What's going on, everybody? And I hope you've had a fantastic Friday night. This is NYGJeffyT85 here, and I'm just going to make a quick video on a rumor that I heard recently about the New York Mets possibly having some interest in left-handed pitcher Andrew Heaney. Now, Andrew Heaney last year, in this past year in 2022, he had a 4-4 record where he pitched about to a 3.10 ERA in 16 games. He pitched about 72 innings overall, and he had 110 strikeouts with a 3.10 ERA. Now, it's actually a very good year for Andrew Heaney, but after all the years I've watched Andrew Heaney, this guy's a mediocre pitcher at best. And the New York Mets should not even think about having Andrew Heaney potentially be a Jacob deGrom replacement. Now, everybody knows how I feel about Jacob deGrom. The New York Mets should try to do everything they can to try and bring back Jacob deGrom to the New York Mets this offseason. I know because of the money right now, it might be a little tricky, which I don't think it should be tricky at all because you have the richest owner in Major League Baseball. And if you need to go out there and bring back a guy like Jacob deGrom, you do it. But Andrew Heaney, to me, is not the answer. Andrew Heaney is a solid pitcher overall, and he had a good year with the Los Angeles Dodgers, but let's just be real. The Los Angeles Dodgers are very good when it comes to bringing and putting together reclamation projects from other teams that just can't get the job done. So I'm not going to put my money into the breadbasket of a guy like Andrew Heaney to potentially come in and help out this Mets staff that right now, if the baseball season started this second, right now the New York Mets starting staff would be as follows. Max Scherzer would obviously be the ace. Carlos Carrasco is the second pitcher, and then you have guys like David Peterson and Tyler McGill as your backup pitchers right now. And who even knows who the fifth pitcher is right now? The Mets might have to dive into the minor leagues and try to look for somebody to be part of that Mets rotation. Andrew Heaney would be a solid middle-of-the-rotation pitcher. And how much I would give Andrew Heaney? Maybe like a 2-year, $14 million deal. Maybe. Because I don't think he's that great of a pitcher. He would bring the New York Mets a left-handed alternative to that starting rotation. But honestly, I'd rather go after Carlos Rondon because I believe he's a better pitcher overall. And I think he'd be doing a better job for the New York Mets in terms of what he could do from the left side of the pitching mound. So I really hope that the Mets go instead after a guy like Carlos Rodon. But either way, neither of those guys are going to be replacing Jacob deGrom. And I've heard rumors about Jacob deGrom having a lot of serious interest from a team like the Texas Rangers. That makes me a little bit nervous. That does. Makes me a little nervous because Texas is his hometown. Texas is his home state. The Rangers are one of his hometown teams. So I hope the Mets are going to be able to pay up the type of money that they need to keep a guy like Jacob deGrom on their team going forward, because I would hate to see Jacob deGrom leave. But in this video with Andrew Heaney, he had a great year last year with the Los Angeles Dodgers, but it wasn't that great. His ERA was solid at 3.10. He had over 100 strikeouts, but his record was 4-4. And let's just be real, the Dodgers find a way to make anybody into a reclamation project. They turn anybody's career around just as of late. I'm not putting my eggs into the basket for a guy like Andrew Heaney, especially if you plan on bringing him in as a potential starting pitcher. I'm not doing it. So I hope the New York Mets are going to be able to go out there and potentially maybe get him as a middle of the relief rotation guy if you're not planning on getting a guy like Carlos Rondon. But it's going to be very interesting to see what the New York Mets do in terms of their starting pitching options, as they're going to be hot and heavy to see what starting pitching guys they're going to be bringing into this team going forward. So if you guys like this video, please hit the like button below. And sub up if you haven't already to NYGJeffyT85 for more breaking news, updates, chatter, and New York and video recaps and stuff surrounding the New York Mets. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short that's going to be dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Mets. And let me know in the comments section, Mets fans and baseball fans in general, what you think about a potential Andrew Heaney signing to the New York Mets, and if he would be a good addition to the rotation going forward. Have a great night, everybody. I hope you had a fantastic Friday. Take it easy, and as always, let's go New York Mets. You always got to believe in those boys from Queens.